Hey, it's Browny. It's been a while, some time since I've done my last video. I've done a lot of shorts, but haven't done any longer videos. The reason is because I've been wondering if it's been worth talking about. As a Christian, and I shouldn't be here to judge, but I'm just saying, I've been seeing a lot of things on social media and on the news. The news is not showing it as much, but mainly social media. And what I just found out then, that 240 per day, or it's equivalent to about 88,000 per year in Australia, that's how many abortions I had. It's a tricky one because the sixth commandment says, thou shalt not kill. Now, it doesn't say that actually, it says, thou shalt not murder. If we have 2 murders a week, which is too many, of husbands killing partners, it's a national disgrace, which it should be, and I think it could be even higher than that. But we're having 240 abortions per day. It's not like you can't use contraception or any other way. It's not like people don't understand how sex works or how babies are conceived, but we're still killing. You can't say it any other way, and they'll say it's sexual health, but we are killing 240 babies a year. And if I think it's like about 50.5%, 49.5% of births are boys, we're killing nearly 120 girls a day. But we don't seem to see outrage, because they said it's woman's body, woman's choice. But when is it the baby's choice to survive? We are bringing in 500 to 600,000 immigrants in a year, but we're losing 88,000 babies a year. That was 2017-18, so we haven't actually got a national register to say what's the latest numbers. But if our population's increasing, I'm sure there's a more increasing, because it seems to be not seen or frowned upon for a woman to have an abortion. And I totally understand if it's rape, if it's through incest, or if it's through a medically where the mum can be their their health can be seen as it's going to be detrimental if she has that child. But they were saying that after 24 weeks, a baby should be able to survive outside the womb. There is lots of families out there that want children who are quite willing to adopt, and we are finding the easiest option, and I don't know if it's a correct option, is to murder that fetus. But that fetus is like every one of person we have seen was a fetus at one stage. Now, if my mum was raped and I'm the result of rape, am I any different to someone who was a loving parent, who had loving parents, who was conceived that way? Would I have wanted to be aborted because my father was a rapist? I've got 2 beautiful kids. Would they not be around if I was aborted? So it is really hard as a Christian to really be on the side of abortion. I'm totally dead against it, especially as I get older. I just don't understand. I know it's easy for me, because for us men, we had to do the easy part. We're not the 9 months of having that baby. But if we want to have rights for the greyhound industry, so we've banned greyhound industry in New Zealand, and we've banned it in ACT because it's not fair on the greyhounds. And if we want to have people not eating meat because it's not fair on the animals, and if we want to prevent domestic violence, why are we sticking up for the most vulnerable of all, which is the baby? Because it's funny if the mother wants the child, and there was a car accident or any other accident while she's pregnant that's seen as killing two people. But if she doesn't want the child, she is allowed to murder that child. So the biggest murderers in Australia are women against women. But I'm not going to be seen as very popular by saying that. But I don't think it's a popular option of just murdering babies. And we are killing millions and millions a year through sexual health. And it's not sexual health at all. Because I don't understand, unless the mother is going to bleed out, or is it a result of incest or rape or something, I don't know why that thought wasn't there in the first place about, if you're going to have sex, about the results of having sex. Do we have to have a look at our education on sexual education at schools? Well, I don't think we need to as much. We all seem to understand. But I do think we need to reassess our abortion laws, because in Australia we are wanting to abort up until birth. So the day before the baby is born, you're allowed to abort. And I think we need to actually show the mothers what's actually happening to that baby, either through it's a needle through the heart, or actually at the 20-week mark where actually the baby is pulled apart. If you only knew, instead of just saying it's a bit like, oh, I'll have some steak, but not realizing what's actually happening to the cow. If the mother knew what was going to happen to that baby and see after effects, I'm sure they'll go, I'm not doing it. And we're allowing mums an easy choice of getting out of delivering a baby boy, a baby girl, and the government is all behind it because they think they don't want to upset women. But they have to be accountable. If they want to be accountable for men stopping domestic violence, they have to be accountable for them killing more babies than any male. I know I'm not going to be popular, but I shouldn't be the only one sticking up for the unborn, because they've got no rights. And we were saying, some people saying that the baby is a parasite, or the fetus is a parasite. Well, I was a parasite up until I was a certain age. My mum just looked after me. I don't know if it's a matter if it's in the womb or outside the womb. Tell me what your thoughts. I know I'm saying this as a Christian. God gave us that right to have children, and he wants to have us to have children. I think it's demonic wanting to abort children. I do think, and when the new laws of Massachusetts, where the lesbian governor and all the women around clapping to abort children up to the day of birth, I think they're going to hell. What's your thoughts?